Hey, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite Helldivers 2 content creator, and today I'm gonna go through my Arc Thrower Loadout. This is for anti-Terminid combat, not for bots. This is a loadout designed specifically for Terminids, alright? I know many of you have seen me using this on stream, and if you want to check out the gameplay, do check out the streams because that's the best way to see how I use it, how it actually functions in the field, so on and so forth, alright? Now, I do have to say that some people do like the Arc Thrower for bots, but I leave that up to you because I've never been able to make it work as effectively as the other loadouts that I've suggested for bots. So this is for Terminids specifically. Let me start by going through some of the pros and cons of this loadout, alright? So what can you actually do with an Arc Thrower loadout? For starters, this loadout has amazing horde clear. Okay, you can slow down chargers, you can stun literally anything below a charger, the Arc Thrower has unlimited ammo, and you can kill your friends super fast if that is your desire. Okay, but here's what this loadout cannot do. This loadout cannot kill a Bile Titan easily. You can no longer open crates with the Arc Thrower, you cannot close bug holes with the Arc Thrower, necessitating a different weapon to do so. The range is limited to 35 meters for the Arc Thrower, and you end up killing your friends super fast, so you better be damn good at aiming this weapon. I really suggest using the first person firing mode for the Arc Thrower, alright? Which again is something you will see on streams. I have linked 2 streams in the description of this video, but just be aware that that's not all encompassing. It's actually best to just tune into the lives, especially when we're fighting Terminids. You can see me run the Arc Thrower and you can see what I can do with it. Alright? Okay, let's get started. Okay, so although it irks me to have to remove my camera and Super Earth Elite badge, sad, I know you guys love seeing my face, but this is the selection of the primary, secondary, and grenade for the Arc Thrower loadout specifically, okay? I'm going to go through my choices, I'm going to tell you why I made those choices, and then I'm going to give you some other options. Like we always do in all of these videos. Do not expect the gameplay because that is for streams, and that is where also people can ask me directly questions about the loadout, etc., etc. Okay? So, for my primary weapon, this is my weapon of choice, the Jar 5 Dominator. Some people might think, wait a second, Jar 5 on the bugs? Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Is this something? Are you going through a phase? No, the Jar 5 Dominator is actually amazing against bugs because not only does it do very high damage, it's medium armor penetrating. Spewers, done. This is going to be your biggest threat in the field, alright? When you get surrounded by spewers or swarmed by spewers, pull this out, pop a few heads, carry on. Alright, it's also great for brood commanders and some of the hive guards, the armored bugs, alright? So do not sleep on the Jar 5. I do love the Breaker Incendiary, don't get me wrong, but the Jar 5 is my standard choice, okay? Other honorable mentions, Breaker Incendiary. There is nobody that doesn't know that this is one of the most effective weapons against the bugs. Kills everything, ignites everything on fire. If you're the host and you don't have to worry about the DOT bug, this is your weapon of choice. But it can also kill your friends, so be very careful with that. Alright, the Breaker Incendiary is an excellent choice. The Eruptor is another very, very strong choice that has been brought out into the bug frontier. The Eruptor can close bug holes. It is definitely dangerous. It has AoE. You fire it at a big Brood Commander, you're going to kill everything around the Brood Commander. It is a beautiful and strong weapon. Problem is, its bolt action only has a magazine capacity of 5. Alright, and you have to bolt action reload after every shot. Not the smartest thing, so I do not enjoy it because I found that I really have to panic shoot a lot of times with the Arc Thrower, and if I need AoE, the Arc Thrower covers that. So the Eruptor is not my weapon of choice. That being said, it's still a very strong contender, and many people have great results using this. Don't knock it. All right. Any other honorable mentions? Well, the Sickle is another popular choice. In fact, this one made it into my fire meta loadout video. But this is more for like if you're gonna run the fire meta as opposed to this one. I found that the Sickle doesn't gel as well with the Arc Thrower because it tends to overlap a little bit in terms of role because this thing is more for the lower level swarms. So that's why I stopped using the Sickle with this loadout. For me, the Arc Thrower deals with most of the hordes, so it's only certain special targets that I have difficulty with, and these 3 are my choices for dealing with that. For the secondary weapon, I use the grenade pistol. Why the grenade pistol? Because this is your way of opening crates and closing bug holes. You've got 8 grenades in total. Every ammo box reloads 1, every supply box reloads 2. Use them sparingly. It's actually not your job to close the bug holes. That should be the job of the rest of the team. This loadout does not specialize in that. But if you've got a stalker layer or you've got an urgent need to help your team close something, this can do it. That's why you have the grenade pistol, because you literally forego your secondary weapon, which you do not need in this loadout. but some people prefer having a secondary weapon like a Redeemer pistol, so because of that, they'll take the Eruptor. All right. Other honorable secondary weapon choices are the Redeemer. This is usually the other style of using the Arc Thrower Loadout, but I found that the grenade pistol suits me better, especially when paired with the Jar 5 Dominator. Now, for the grenades, okay, you've got two choices for the grenades. Now, when it comes to grenades, there are two things I like, fire and stun. Fire and stun are two of the biggest things against bugs right now, but my personal preference for this loadout is actually the stun grenade. Why the stun grenade? The stun grenade is an excellent choice because you can stop a charger. Once it's stopped, it will stop for about 4 seconds, assuming that the stun hits it dead on, right? So you stop it for 4 seconds, use it as a Tesla tower. Within those 4 seconds, you can easily get, because it takes a little while to start moving, 5 shots on the head. If you already shot it once with the Arc Thrower before stunning it, that's 6 shots to the head, the charger is dead. In case you guys did not know, you can kill a charger with 6 shots to the head. So this is a premium choice. I love it. You get it out of the cutting edge warbond and it is so useful. The other honorable choice for killing bugs is the incendiary. Now this is absolutely excellent. When you've got a bug breach, you just throw it on the bug breach, things are going to die. You're going to see your kill counter go up, and it's going to give you that big burst of serotonin to your brain telling you, hey, I'm contributing, I'm doing some serious shit. But quite frankly, the incendiary grenade underperforms with this particular loadout as opposed to the Quasar loadout because your main difficulty is dealing with the heavies. Having a stun, infinitely more useful, in my opinion. But if you like it, you can still run the incendiary. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is the thermite grenade. I don't know how people use this. Some people swear by it. I do not. Up to you. Because one time I did this test where I did 2 arc thrower shots and I threw a thermite grenade. Right? It still took me 2 more arc thrower shots to the head of the charger. And the thermite literally landed on the head. It took me 2 more shots to actually kill it. So I don't know how people run this. I even let the thermite burn all the way through during the test, but it just didn't work for me. So we'll have to see how this one goes. If it changes in future, maybe that might make a bit of a difference. But yeah, I have not been able to deal with charges effectively using thermite. So if you can use it, go ahead. But for me, this is not the case. What armor do I use for the bugs? Okay. I'm going to be real with you. A lot of people have been starting to bring arc weapons again, which I really like to see. So my choice is usually the arc armor. Now, if there's nobody else on your team using arc and you are the only guy using arc, then you better be very careful with your aim. But my personal choice for armor, if that's the case, is any of the ones that reduce recoil. So you can use this one. You can use this one. Oh, sorry, not this one. It's this one. The one with more grenades and recoil reduction. I love either of these two. That's pretty excellent. You can also use this one. All right, if you want to look a little cooler. Yeah. Okay, you can use this one too. In fact, lots of light armor all have engineering kit. We really need some more diversity, honest. But these light armors are all pretty excellent. Some have slightly different stat distributions, so please be aware of that. This one, again, has a very different stat distribution, so just be aware that although they're all engineering kit, they've got some different stat distributions that you need to be aware of. For example, the C67 Titan is closer to medium armor. It's got 79 armor rating right there. So just be aware of that. But yes, if I'm not using arc armor, then I'll be using one of these. All right, anything with an engineering passive. I don't tend to care too much about armor rating. I'll be real with you because I run around with this all the time. And even then, I run around with Guard Dog Rover instead of an actual shield. I did use the shield initially, but I feel the Guard Dog Rover just does way better when it comes to horde clearing, and you kind of have to just learn to live without a shield. The shield is a good crutch, but ultimately reduces your overall effectiveness, and I've learned that the more that I play bugs, the more that I use the Arc Thrower loadout, the more that I just go for the Rover so I can just see those insane kill counts. And, of course, I take care not to die myself. I try to die as rarely as possible. Yeah, so this is what I've been using. Okay, that about sums it up for armor. Helmet, whatever is your aesthetic. Cape, whatever is your aesthetic. For bugs, though, I tend to try something that matches the armor. But you know what? Fallen Hero's Vengeance never goes wrong. All right? Okay, now you understand my weapon choices, you understand my armor choices, you understand perk choices, all this kind of stuff for armor. Let's get into the stratagems, all right? So let's go. Okay, when it comes to stratagems, please take note that I have literally everything here. I have every single upgrade in the game, so this makes a lot of difference. However, I'm going to state this very openly. This whole build doesn't really do well without circuit expansion. Okay, if you do not yet have this upgrade I would consider mandatory. All right, just like the other mandatory stratagems in this build. Okay, so if you do not yet have circuit expansion, you are going to need to grab it. It's from the engineering bay. It's one of the super expensive 4th tier upgrades. So before using this loadout, make sure you have this. If you do not have this, do not try this loadout. Why? The triple jump effectively increases the effectiveness of your arc thrower. Effectively increases the effectiveness. God, my English. But anyway, it effectively increases the effectiveness of your arc thrower by about 50%. Okay, so realistically speaking, you get a lot of value just by having one additional jump on your arc thrower. It will help you short circuit entire hordes, and that's what's so good about this. All right, before getting this, arc thrower wasn't really my choice because it just wasn't killing hordes fast enough. After getting this, totally different scenario. It feels amazing. Okay, so circuit expansion is, I would say, the crux of this whole build. Now, we are going to talk about stratagems. Now, the first mandatory stratagem for this build is obviously the Arc Thrower. If you are literally looking at an Arc Thrower loadout without actually bringing the Arc Thrower along, I will question a lot of things about you, good sir. So your support weapon is going to be the Arc Thrower. I don't think you need an explanation on this. Quite frankly, this thing ignores armor and deals direct damage to the target. However, it can also strip armor. If you fire it in first-person mode, like you've often seen me doing on stream, you can target specific parts of an enemy's body, stripping armor, dealing damage to heads, like charger heads, for instance, and just overall making your shots very accurate. That's how I avoid missing, and that's how I deal with hordes. If you need to see it, please do check it on stream. Also, hip firing is pretty accurate. Assuming that there's nothing in your way, so this weapon can be fired effectively in a lot of situations just as long as you know how to use it. So the Arc Thrower is obviously my choice for this loadout, since the whole loadout is literally an Arc Thrower loadout. Duh. Okay, now let's move on. For my backpack slot choice, I prefer to use the Guard Dog Rover. I have tested both this and the Shield Generator pack, but both of these have been about equal, with the Guard Dog Rover coming out slightly ahead. The Guard Dog Rover requires you to do most of the dodging and survival, which, you know, a lot of people can get used to, but my god, the damage is insane and it is intense. It is so good at helping you deal with Terminid hordes. It is literally shown to you in the training video right here that this thing is for Terminid hordes. You will literally do a ton of damage and get such a high kill count by having this. It is so good for Helldives. I love it. All right. The Shield Generator pack is if you have a lot of trouble surviving. This I view as more of a crutch strategy. However, it is still valid. If you're still learning the game, getting your feet into the water, you're still trying to learn more about the Arc Thrower, the Shield Generator will keep you alive long enough so that you can actually learn how to use your actual weapon. That being said, I know the demonstration shows it against a Devastator, but it will actually block melee attacks as well. So do not hesitate to use this. It'll block the Bile Spewer spew. It'll block the Bile Titan spew. Of course, your shield may break after that, but still. You can also use it aggressively by throwing a 500 kilogram bomb and then running backward. All right, the shield will take the explosion, so you can really edge the Bile Titan toward the bomb, therefore killing it in one go. So I do not dislike the Shield Generator. It's got a lot of utility. It is powerful. It is useful. But I still choose the Guard Dog Rover for the bugs, because this is what helps me deal with level 9 Helldives so easily. If there's a bug breach on me, I can practically solo it with this and the Arc Thrower and a couple of stratagems. Okay? So what kind of stratagems do I like to use? When it comes to stratagems, okay, I've got some very specific choices I like. Specific choice number 1, don't leave home without a 500 kilogram bomb. You can one-shot a Bile Titan with this bomb. This is your bread and butter for dealing with the Bile Titan. All right, this build, the Arc Thrower is not going to do jack shit to the Bile Titan. All right, it's going to take 30 shots to kill a Bile Titan. You really want to kite that thing for 30 shots? I don't think so. I prefer to shoot it directly, so the 500 kilogram bomb is my solution. That being said, there are also other stratagems that can supplement the 500 kilogram bomb, which I really like, and all of them are geared toward dealing with the Bile Titan. Let's go through them. Okay, number 1, 110 millimeter rocket pods. This is so good for killing the Bile Titan. You throw it the same way as the 500 kilogram bomb, but with no risk to yourself. So I will throw it down, lure the Bile Titan, let it hit the Bile Titan, and then I quickly zap the spot that it's broken, and it dies. All right, so the 110 millimeter rocket pods are very good. And if it doesn't die from your zapping, throw another one, and it will die. You get 3 uses anyway. So this is beautiful. And a lot of the time, I'll bring a 500 kilogram and 110 millimeter rocket pod, but do take note that you're going to have to rearm the 500 kilogram bomb manually. All right, it is very common to have to rearm it manually after the bug breach. All right, you should have enough time to rearm both though. Okay, so these two are absolutely amazing. For the Arc Thrower Loadout, another one that I do like is 500 kilogram bomb mixed with a rail cannon strike. This used to be my go-to, but nowadays on Helldive we get so many battle titans, the rail cannon just cannot keep up because of its long cooldown, so I stopped using it. The other thing that I have really grown to enjoy whenever there's a bug breach, now I know this gets a bad reputation, but I've been using it a lot on stream. 380mm HE barrage is beautiful. When there's a bug breach, you throw it. Now, assuming you have the ship module that decreases the size, atmospheric monitoring, the one that reduces the spread by 15%. Yeah, assuming you have that, right? The 380mm barrage will be tight enough that you can stay 55 meters away from a bug breach. Say you throw it on the bug breach, you can stay 55 meters away and it will successfully bomb the area. So I absolutely love this thing. People underestimate it, but having seen it on stream a couple of times, it has been so good. It just deletes whatever comes out of the bug breach. You get insane kill counts, a lucky shot on a Battle Titan or a Charger and it's dead. I don't know. I just have a lot of love for this right now. So I've been using it and it works really well. But if you don't like it, please do not hesitate to use a more precise Eagle 110mm rocket pod. The 500 kilogram bomb, however, is mandatory. Nobody leaves for a Terminid planet without this. If you drop without this, then you may get an SLAAP. What is that? That is the Super Earth Long Distance Attitude Adjustment Program, also known as this hand. All right, I will literally reach through the computer and slap you if you come without this, because this thing is beautiful. Do not leave home without the 500 kilogram bomb. I'm telling you, it is one of the best stratagems there. All right, it's really good. Now, that brings us to the end of this loadout. I'm going to give you a summary right now. Okay, I'm going to use the mission ready screen to give you guys a summary and talk about this. Okay, well, of course, we're going to cancel everything after I show you the summary, but basically, what I like to do now, booster, don't worry, that one I'll have a separate video on it later, but stratagem wise, okay, Arc Thrower and of course your either Guard Dog Rover or Shield Generator, yep. Then you've got your stratagems, 500 kilogram bomb right here, and then your last one is flexible. If you are going for a, now I know I've gone to a defense mission, but please choose your loadout accordingly, okay. Most of the time you'll be doing regular missions. I prefer the barrage stratagem. Okay, it works so well. But if you're on a defense mission, please adjust your loadout, because as you know, defense missions are different from this. You should not be using this on a defense mission, okay? And similarly, like if you're doing the evacuate personnel, you shouldn't be running this, all right? If you are running like an eradicate mission with a small area, please do not bring along the 380mm barrage. This is going to get you and your team killed. Please use the 110mm rocket pods, okay? All right, I think I've been clear enough in this, all right? You know, all jokes about my random speech accent changes aside, please use the barrage only on a normal mission, not an eradicate, not one of those other missions where you're in a tight area. No, okay? Do adjust according to the mission. But this is generally what I use. This is probably what you're going to see me use on stream. For the defense missions, we have different loadouts. Please ask for them if you need them. I will happily deliver the videos. I will happily show you guys what needs to be done, etc., so on and so forth. Okay? Okay. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right? We love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to leave us a comment. All right, thank you to all of April's top supporters. You guys know who you are. All right, individual shoutouts will return soon. Again, I often tend to do them when I have more time. All right, but right now I'm just focusing on getting this video content out for you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody supporting this channel. Thank you to everybody who loves what I do, and I'll see you guys on stream. All right, y'all have a good one. Get you later.